All right, we're back with JJ again, and we're moving on to more accessories now.
So we've got an entirely new kind of peripheral lineup, specifically in mice, that we're showing off. So peripherals is going to be a continued focus for us, and I think now we have a really, really strong offering. It's one of these categories that, again, we're not necessarily getting recognized for yet because Asus has such a deep and strong product portfolio, and there's a lot of also great options on the market. And so I think the challenge always has been is that what can you do to be different? And so I think from the very beginning, when you take a look at our first generation of product release, where we had ultra high quality, we had swappable, switches that were available, cords that could be disconnected. There was a lot of things that were still not readily found from other companies. We continue to kind of take those kind of hallmark-based designs, put those in the latest generation, but also refine them further to continue to kind of incorporate feedback that we saw from users. So a really good representation of that is going to be the Chakram right here. So this is I would say your traditional kind of compact, high-performance, right-handed centric mouse, but it's got some really, really interesting options in terms of connection. So the first one is going to see is that it maintains detachable cord-based design, which is kind of like a hallmark for a higher-end ROG type mice. We switched over to USB-C though, so Perfect. That's a really nice option right there. You can of course see that you got multiple RGB illumination zones, and for this generation, we've also gone to a little bit of a different material. This material that actually has a level of translucentness, which just adds a little bit of a different vibe that you don't normally see in mice. Most mice usually have opaque based paint designs or surfaces, which can look great. Like our first generation, I think, look really polished, but this just makes it feel a little bit different. Another thing that you see that's quite different is we maintain our independent switch design. So with independent switch design, it just means that you don't have false depressions, right? So like if I'm pressing on the left or the right hand side, that's not causing a hit on the other side. But also we've now even gone to an easier remove system where you can see it's got magnets where we can go ahead and just pop that off, and if you want to swap out the switches for a different level of pressure to customize your experience, you can do that. And so this is something that's, again, a real kind of hallmark of ROG mice. So very similar to kind of like if you try something out on a keyboard where it's like blue is maybe a little too loud, maybe too much actuation force, maybe I want to switch over to browns or reds, right? That's cool that you can also do that in your mouse.
That is very cool.
So beyond that, of course, you can see right here, you've got your receiver, and the receiver, even though of course this is corded, means that you've got wireless connectivity. So you've got Bluetooth low energy connectivity, so you can use that with things like a laptop or even a tablet or a phone, but then you could also go with low latency wireless connectivity if you want to go that route, or you can go with hardline. So you literally have three different levels of adjustment, three levels of connectivity all on the same mouse.
If the battery's 100% dead and you switch to wireless, will it immediately still pick it up?
Yep, it'll pick it up and you're good to go. And speaking actually of charging, not only can you charge through the traditional USB-C based connection, but this also supports Qi wireless charging. So awesome. If you have our new gaming Surface that has Qi wireless charging, you can just go ahead and put it on there and you have your charging happening in real time. So that's also pretty slick. We also have an integrated DPI control on a hardware level. So you don't have to jump into software if you're taking this to a friend's house, you're moving around, you just want to make a quick adjustment, just hold this down and adjust the scroll wheel, and you can automatically adjust that DPI scale for the actual sensor. So normally usually like there's like a hot button to have like a quick switch for like sniping or something like that, right? But this actually allows you to adjust the overall sensor's performance, so you can go ahead and increase it or lower it with a hardware level adjustment as opposed to having to go into software. So some people that don't even like software, you don't have to worry about that. But of course this does have onboard memory for profile and for storage control. And the last item right here is of course this interesting controller right here where you have removable joysticks. So it allows you to maybe have specialized controls or kind of macro commands that you can customize. So this is fully programmable. So this is kind of like a new thing that we're testing out here. So again, if you kind of want to take your gaming to the next level, or maybe your desktop experience in different ways, whether it's maybe in web browsing or whether it's within an editor or something along those lines, this just adds another element of control. So Chakram, very, very interesting mouse.
What's going to be the price point on something like this?
It hasn't been finalized yet, but definitely expect this to be at the upper echelon of the mouse that we offer. My expectation is probably going to be somewhere in the like 150-ish, probably price tag somewhere around
That's
there.
Still quite reasonable though, with all the features you got included.
Yeah. The last two right here, we won't go into as deep, but they're still really, really great options. So the Pugio is just a follow-up. It's a little bit more of a compact-based design that we have available. And so with this guy, you still see the translucent-based material, still independent-based design, high-quality sensor right here. Of course, you have adjustment options right here in terms of your adjustment for wireless connectivity, but you also still see you have the wireless connection. So you still get that great choice of being able to go ahead and go wired or wireless. Entirely up to you. I think this is going to probably be really popular for people that just kind of want that compact, high performance mouse. They're probably focusing on FPS centric, right? And they just want to be able to have something that works smooth, and of course has their RGB or sync support. And then the Impact is even a little bit more compact. It's been really popular with people that either are a little bit more kind of claw style or want something really small, can throw it into a backpack or a bag and take along with them, usually with maybe like a laptop. You've got wireless connectivity and you still have the wired connectivity, RGB support, and of course independent switch still design and that new translucent material.
Do they offer a left and right hand option?
No, generally for, I'd say, ambidextrous based type of usage designs, we still offer other types of models where we have things like the Evolve, where you can entirely customize it, even swap the buttons, the plating to make sure that you get the best experience possible. I think we will continue to offer probably a refresh model for either left-handed users or for ambidextrous based design, but those take a little bit more kind of time to figure out what's the right balance and what's kind of the target, but we, I think, have a solid option for people that are in that space.
That's great to hear. I guess let's see with the Shocker, you can make a custom logo as well.
Yeah, there is some customization right here. You know, I think the ROG Eye is classic, right? And it should always be there. But for some people, if they just want flexibility to be able to maybe have their clan, you know, or their own logo, or just maybe just want to have something different that's cool, they can do that. And so this idea was kind of like inspired from something that we already did on our monitors, where we had the ROG light base, and we gave you actually a swappable base that was clear, and you could etch your own design in there. So again, it's giving you just that flexibility to kind of tailor the design for what you like.
Oh, that's really cool. All right, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.